My friends, I thank you for joining us and thank you for being with us. I want to talk to you about something which is one of the most important stories I can provide to you. And there's nothing I can say to put it into perspective or to make you understand what it means and how great it is, okay? Believe me, it's very easy sometimes for people to kind of miss the boat. And sometimes everything is always life and death. And I understand that sometimes I am guilty of that as well because I'm very passionate about what I do. This is not just a joke. This is very, very serious. I'm not here as a cheerleader. I'm not here as a conservative or any of those other labels. I'm here as an American citizen in love with the First Amendment, a guardian of the First Amendment, and somebody who is so profoundly concerned that we are going to lose it that I speak all the time about it. And remember, as Benjamin Franklin said regarding a republic, he said, remember, this is a republic if you care to have it. We have a First Amendment, sort of, if we care to maintain it. But it won't be a court that takes it away. It won't be anything. Thank you, Fred. I trust I'm coming in loud and clear. But I want you to understand, I'm doing this right before I even make off into the night for my WABC show from 1 to 5. This is how critical this is. There was a federal court, district court in California that ruled that the deep fake prohibition that Elon Musk was against and that Gavin Newsom, I believe, was for, was struck down. And it is one of the most important things possible. Here's what it is. I understand that if you are the victim, or if somebody in your family is the victim of a deep fake where somebody takes your picture, your daughter's image, and somehow decides to use it in some hideously pornographic reference, that you want to see this person absolutely destroyed and harmed because your daughter, most probably and most understandably, is beyond herself, just embarrassed of what's going on here. Why would they target your beloved daughter? What did your daughter ever do? Etc., etc., etc. I understand how we can say we can't allow this. You are going to see deep fakes of children. You're going to see deep fakes that are, it's going to contest, you're going to be so upset by this. But the bigger picture is for you to maintain as a guardian of the First Amendment. You must maintain the very simple idea that the First Amendment is tested by terrible things. Nobody's ever gone and used a Johnny Mathis song as a basis for it. Nobody has ever said, we've got to get rid of Johnny Mathis because Johnny Mathis sang chances are. I was like, what? No. That's not the stuff we want. The First Amendment is challenged like years ago in 1971, I believe. We had the anarchist cookbook where they told you how to kill people. How instructions. And the Supreme Court said there's absolutely nothing that a court can do to protect it. This is the most important thing in the world. This is the most important. This is the most critical. And this is why I want you to be aware of this. And I want you to go out there and bring this to the attention of everyone. And I mean this sincerely and absolutely. Ask yourself the question, a very serious, important question. What was this decision in California regarding deep fakes? And what were the issues? And why is Elon Musk happy? Obviously, he has financial concerns. But why should civil libertarians be happy about this? And that's the issue. The First Amendment has got to be maintained. In September of last year, California passed some of the toughest laws around targeting deepfakes in politics. Look at the idiot, the maroon, the Boeotian, Fredo Cuomo, who did not understand that a deepfake involving AOC was indeed a deepfake. This moron couldn't even realize, obviously, what it was. Obviously, it was a deepfake. He's a moron. Anybody who uses fake weights. That's all I got to say. In any event. So, it was called AB, Assembly Bill 2655. It's called the Defending Democracy from Deepfake Deception Act. Okay? And a companion bill, and they demanded that large platforms remove or label AI-altered political content, especially near elections, or indeed face penalties. Fast forward to August the 5th, John Mendez, overseeing in Sacramento federal court, struck it down. His argument: these laws trample on Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which shields platforms from being treated like publishers for user-generated content. He didn't even need to dive into whether the laws violated free speech. They fell on statutory grounds. And that's not all. He signaled he'd also strike down the law entirely for being overly broad and potential violation of First Amendment. Elon was pleased because he won big on Section 230. The ruling reinforces the legal shield that lets platforms host third-party content without being held liable. It means states can't force platforms to police every post or risk penalties. Does that make sense to you? Maybe. They'll jump all over if you say something that's pro-Trump, but God forbid you have CSAM, some child sexual abuse material, they'll leave it up there. The law that Musk helped challenge had been criticized as a veiled attack on political satire. What happened was the victory clearly keeps parody in the spotlight. Musk and his allies framed it as a win against government overreach, and it's true, defending free expression. Civil libertarians like this, I'm for them in this respect. But here is the question, my dear friend. What is parody? What is the accentuation through AI? Is it the way somebody looks? When they have a picture of Trump and he's looking particularly orange, or when you have these pictures, did you see this AI piece of Ghislaine Maxwell? Who is just, it's a parody. They even call it fake news. You cannot let anything happen to our beloved First Amendment, even if that means tolerating things that we hate. Somebody's going to get a picture of Melania Trump. Somebody's going to get a picture of Melania Trump and have absolutely grotesque and gross and nasty, vile pictures of her. It's going to be horrible. Absolutely horrible. The most incredibly disgusting. Just imagine what they will do to her and Trump. But the bottom line is simply this. That's what you get when you allow someone to parody. And the tools that naturally accompany it change as well. What if Gloria Handley, Nikita Lynn, or one of these other great friends of the show, what happens if for some reason you are an exquisite impersonator of somebody? What if, let's say, who's watching now, Nikita or Fred or Gloria, you look just like Melania, which I think other things could be a lot worse for you, I think, in any event. And what if you, in your impersonations, you impersonate her having, dare I say, sex? Does the First Amendment protect this? Yes. 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 Ask yourself, is it expression? Yes. We don't allow for people to involve themselves in the production and the dissemination of children, child sexual abuse material. We do not allow it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We do not allow it. That is a picture of a child, a picture of a child, a depiction of a child, the memorialization of a child, the recordation of a child, the actual crime scene photographer. But let me ask you this. What if I were to say to you that I've got somebody who draws the picture of a woman, draws a child, paints a child, takes Photoshop pictures, takes the picture of a child and superimposes it through CGI or some kind of cut and paste on the body of, let's say, an underdeveloped adult. Body of the adult, child face. Is that violation, or is it a violation? Is that violative of the First Amendment? It's the most important question to ask you. This is very, very critical. And remember, we always have to err, not err, but err on the side of free speech. Free speech is horrible. Fred said, what about childlike cartoons? Now, childlike meaning bad drawing, or subject matters. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Remember, this is not the power of AI. AI is like nothing you have seen. No, you don't understand. You will have this. If I take Fred, if I take Fred or whoever's watching, Chris who's watching, or Nikita, or Louise, and Gloria, and I say, watch, I don't know, here's 100 photos of these women from various angles. And it says, okay, I got it. This is what they look like. This is their body shape. This is what they look like now. Okay, I got it. I can also take a snippet. That's why never answer your phone. Never answer your phone. Never. They take a snippet. Have you received these calls to say, hey, I'm with some type of staffing office. I'm looking to see if you want to go to work or to work with our company. You can make extra money staffing. I can staff you. Have you seen this one? Have you seen this? It's the most incredible thing in the world. Can I staff you? Oh, cool. Maybe and it takes a couple. Hello, how are you? Yes, this is makes the dream great again. Yes, it is. Yes, this is Fred Haddad. Yes, this is Nikita. Yes, this is Gloria. That's it. So now I've got your picture, I've got your voice, and I've got you in some weird group thing where you're saying the most horrible things, and it is so real. I know it's the power of AI. But what about the power of the First Amendment? Do I have any right to have that? Do I? If I took that picture, this fake scene, and had real adults do it consensually, it would be completely legal. But it's not legal because what? What is it? Because it is, in a sense, defamation. Defamation is going to be the cause of action. This is why the Candace Owens case is so critical. This is why the Candace Owens case is so incredibly important and critical for you to grasp and to understand. This is why it is so critical. And the reason why it's so critical, the reason why it's so important is the follows. I don't care whether you like Candace Owens. It doesn't matter to me. If you like her, great. If you don't like her, great. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. What's important to note is that they're going to take her strong and powerful words, and you're going to use it, and use them, I should say, in order to shut down all of the other platforms who dare to use her. Megyn Kelly, Joe Rogan, Tim Dillon, go wherever it is. You can even you don't even have to necessarily agree with her. You might have her on your show where she says these terrible things, and you're rebroadcasting this. The reason why they want to shut Candace Owens down, and they will, because she acts sometimes like a fool. She doesn't understand what she's saying. She doesn't understand the power of this. You might not think it's a big deal. You might agree with it. You might like it. I don't know. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. But what she's doing is they're using her as a stepping stone to later go back and to destroy everything, to shut everything down. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? To shut everything down. And they only are going after those platforms who happen to show a propensity, a proclivity, a predisposition for airing those particular ideas that mirror or speak favorably regarding President Trump's politics. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? So that's another issue altogether. We cannot lose the First Amendment. We'll deal with libel later on. So while I'm telling you, and this may seem seemingly inconsistent, while I am telling you that libel laws are being used too much, I am also telling you that libel laws would best be the same value. Let's say I take Fred or Gloria, one of you fine people. Let's say I basically put something, I say something about you, and I can somehow claim that I've defamed you, I've lied about you. That what this is it's a lie. If I show Fred you in some weird orgiastic thing with carnival workers and reptilian tilt-a-whirl concession people with maroon rags named Buddy, what I'm doing is I'm lying. It's not that I'm parodying it. So maybe defamation might be a way to deal with this, because what you're doing is you're putting out a false statement. Now that's even hard too, because when a parody is a false statement, I don't know, could Rich Little be involved in something as horrible as a case where you sue him because he's mocking, let's forget most of the people he's interviewing now are dead, but again, this is a quagmire. The issue is simply this: we must do everything we can to maintain the First Amendment. That's our thing. We will worry about everything else. We'll figure some way out. The First Amendment has to stay. This is what they're trying to do. Remember, all of these people have something behind the story. What they tell you they're doing is never what they're doing. Here in New York City, we have a fellow named Zoran Mamdani. And what Mamdani is trying to do, which nobody seems to be talking about, he is trying to introduce globalist, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwabian, everything from digital currency, central bank digital currency, CBDC, to you name it, by having these platforms where we control the buses and the transportation. And then we're going to be implementing social credit scores. You'll be able to avail yourself of this, provided you don't exhibit or show behavior that is contrary to the particular ideology of Mr. Mamdani. So what they're doing is they tell you they're doing something. They tell you they're trying their best to say, oh, no, this is about poor people. No, it's not. It's a move in. Now, when I am dealing with the Fox News CNN crowd, Remember what they are. They are pep rally. They are cheerleaders and hooligans. They are in the crowd, but they don't tell you what the score is. They don't tell you how the game is going. They don't tell you how things really are working. They are doing something which is a different story. They are involved in a behavior which I find problematic. Let me just leave you with this. Let me not belabor the point. Let me just have you focus on this and listen to me carefully. I'm going to provide some information to you. Please look this up on your own, whether through there's a new Grok 5, by the way, which is very interesting. For those of us using premium, you can use ChatGPT. You can use a variety of things and learn. Learn for yourself what this means. Don't expect me to explain everything. I'll give you the cursory explanation of it, but you can go further because you're smart and you're brilliant and you can do this. This is great news for the First Amendment and free speech. And this is what you must know. That is what I call this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Please listen to me coming up on WABC from 1 a.m. Eastern Time to 5. 4 hours of the best radio anybody will allow. Anybody. What I'm doing, nobody is doing. And it doesn't mean because it's that great. But I can assure you nobody's saying it. I can assure you. This I can assure you. Not you could say, well, there's a reason why. It's because it sucks. That could be your opinion. Either way, I'm it. I'm the only one doing it. And I've been doing this now for forever. I see things differently. I see things the way you see. Members of the conspiratorium, I see. If you're watching me right now, we're different. All right? Thank you, dear friends. I love you for you being with me. Thank you for sharing this. Please let people know. Remember, make sure you subscribe to Lionel Legal, and spread this on, pass the word. And until we meet again, dear friends, as always, I say to you, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.